All right, welcome back to the Raz Hailu Gymnasium here in Addis, Ababa, Ethiopia. Second quarter of the game between South Africa and Algeria. Final women's stage game in the women's competition. And Algeria leading South Africa by 17 points to 4. Aviwe Ngoni looking to find Mawing. Manages to pick up the ball ahead of Kimgani, and she in turn finds Gwaza, but South Africa there blown for the 3-second violation. Mahimda for Algeria finds Bubla, closely watched by Gilafile, and Bubla unable to take control of it. Kimgani looking to play in Fatima Bouzidi, and 3-second violation called against the Algerians. Substitution Algeria, Bublal and Mahimda go off. And coming onto the court for Algeria, we have Samia Abdulali as well as Kaira Zahiri. Gwaza to Gilafile. Gilafile going out of bounds. So a couple of unforced errors here from the South Africans, which they can ill afford. Abdulali finds Fatima Bouzidi, and she converts. So Algeria extending their lead 19 points to 4. We've got 9 minutes to play in this first half. Gilafile lays the ball off, looking to lay the ball off. She finds Mawing. Mawing unable to convert, and Gwaza reaches in over the back of Kaira Zahiri, and foul is called against Duduzile Gwaza. Substitution South Africa coming onto the court. Coming onto the court is Ongezwa Hagu, and she will replace Asive Gilafile. Jamila Kimgani. Looking to play the ball into Kaira Zahiri, and Zahiri is fouled by Aviwe Ngoni, who crashes to the floor. Helped up there by the South African physiotherapist, Nothemba Tobela. Kimgani will extend Algeria's lead. Bit of a lapse in concentration there from the South Africans, and Algeria taking firm control of this game despite a positive start in the early stages of the first quarter, but the experienced Algeria ladies in total control at this stage. Kimgani closely watched by Hagu. She finds Samati. Kimgani puts up the shot. Doesn't drop, but rebound will be picked up there by Fatima Bouzidi. Abdulali, shot clock at 8. Kimgani puts up a long-range shot and extends the lead now, 23 points to 4. And Congo to Hagu. Hagu thought about the pass to Ngoni, but decides rather to find Gwaza. Gwaza will put up the shot, and rebound was picked up by Hagu, and a foul is called against Kaya Zairi. So Hagu should go to the line for 2 free throws. Hagu converts his second attempt. Abdullahi unable to convert for Algeria, and Hagu finding Maweng. Very static from the South Africans though, no movement at all, and as a result forced into a turnover by Algeria. And Kaya Zairi brings the ball up. Cap opens up for her, but recovered well there by Nkungo, and unable to convert is Buzidi. Hagu now, closely watched by two Algerians in Zahiri and Kingani. Gwaza to Maweng. Shot clock at 5 seconds. Maweng looking to put up the shot. Rushed into that under pressure from the shot clock. Kingani breaks for Algeria. Closely watched by Ngoni, but Kingani got the better of her on that occasion and passes the ball through to Samia Abdullahi, and she converts. Algeria 25, South Africa 5. But just under 6 minutes to play in this first half. Gwaza finds Hagu. Blocked there by her own player, Ngoni. So manages to eventually find Gwaza. Back to Hagu. Shot clock at 1. She puts up the unorthodox shot and it doesn't drop. Timeout called. All right, back to the action. Algeria, as I mentioned, undefeated so far in this tournament, so they've already booked their place in the final on Saturday. And depending on the point spread of this particular encounter, the opponents for them on Saturday in the final will at this stage be the South African team. South Africa, as I mentioned earlier, losing to Ethiopia, the host nation, last night, and I'm sure Ethiopia will be hoping that Algeria can put on a big score here against the Mawila girls, giving them the opportunity to play in their first ever African Championship final. Dudugwaza for South Africa. Viwe Ngoni finds Moeng. Moeng needed to lay the ball off earlier to Hagu, but she now finds Hagu, and Hagu converts for South Africa. So just over 4.5 minutes to play in this first half. 20-point advantage to Algeria, the defending African champions. Zahiri. Gwaza picks up the rebound, looks for the long pass, but Kemgani will pick up the loose ball, finds Zahiri, and Zahiri extends the lead now to Algeria. 29, South Africa 7. South Africa battling to get going here in this second quarter, and Moeng will need to get the ball over the halfway line, which she just manages to do. Moeng finds Mkongo. Mkongo puts up a relatively flat shot. Ball bounces into the hands of Abdullali. She finds Kemgani, who gets Zahiri away. A little bit too long on that occasion, and she acknowledges she could have done better on that pass. Substitution, South Africa. Returning to the action, we have Sam Kelesiwe Mbata, and she replaces Mendisa Mkongo. Abdullali to Kemgani, and she uncharacteristically once again unable to make that layup count. Dudugwaza to Moeng. South Africa desperate to get some form of momentum going. Dudugwaza, shot clock at 7. She puts up an uncontrolled shot, and Kara Zahiri comes away with it. 2.5 minutes to play in this first half, and opens up nicely for Kemgani, and she finds Abdullali, and Samia Abdullali extends Algeria's lead now to 31 points to 7. Pressure put on Moeng by Zahiri. Gwaza unable to get the ball over, so good defensive play by the Algerians, forcing the turnover. Zahiri converts for Algeria. Hagu misses an opportunity there for South Africa. Kemgani launches it long. Abdullali picks it up. Finds Zahiri. She'll spin. Closely watched by Dudugwaza, and there was enough pressure by Gwaza, and she picks up the rebound, gets South Africa on the attack now. Moeng, closely watched there. Closely watched there by Samati, and the foul is called against the Algeria number 11, Davia Samati. Just over a minute 20 to just under a minute 20 here to play. First half of the final pool stage here at the 2022 IWBF Africa World Championship Qualifiers. Of course, Africa playing for the one spot that the zone has to qualify for the World Championships. And of course the World Championships will take place later this year in November in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. There'll be a Kimgani there, fouled by Aviwe Ngoni, and she will go to the line to try and extend Algeria's lead. Just under a minute to play here in the first half. Kimgani converts the second attempt, so Algeria now 35, South Africa 7. 53 seconds to play in this first quarter. Moeng for South Africa, closely watched by Kimgani, and she gets the ball back for Algeria, and Abdullahi will break all the way across the court and doesn't convert for Algeria. Hagu to Mbata. Moeng converts, so South Africa registering only their second point of this second quarter, and that will be the end of the first half. South Africa 7, Algeria 35, and we will return in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to the Ras Halu Center here in Addis Ababa. Second half action of the match between South Africa and Algeria. Final pool stage encounter ahead of the final on Saturday. Algeria with a commanding 35 points to 5 lead. Simpiwe Mankele on for South Africa for her first bit of the action, as well as Michelle Mokanedi. Mankele puts up the shot, doesn't drop, rebound picked up there by Kara Zahiri, and she starts the attack for the Algerians. Moeng going out of bounds there, so Algeria will have 14 seconds to try and extend their lead. Kimgani looking to play in Bozidi, and Abdullahi to Kimgani, puts up the three-pointer attempt and she's successful. Great shot there by Kimgani. South Africa battling to break the defense of the Algerians, and Algeria starting to blow the South Africans out here. 40 points, 2-9. Just over 8.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Moeng. South Africa unable to get anything going at this point of the game. Kara Zahiri lays it off to Kimgani. Good work though by Mokanedi as she steals the ball and promptly loses it. Ball bounces off a chair. So once again an unforced error from the South African Amawila girls. Abdullahi to Zahiri. Kimgani converts, takes Algeria's score up to 42 points. Just under 8 minutes to play in this third quarter. South Africa will want to limit the damage here. Points difference, of course, comes into play in this competition. As it stands, South Africa should play Algeria in the final, but they won't want to let Algeria pull too far away. Kimgani, long pass to Bublal. Bublal converts. South Africa have no answer to the Algerians at the moment. Mokanedi to Moeng. Moeng, long pass towards Simpiwe Mankele, and she's unable to hold on to the ball. And once again, turnover South Africa. Samati finds Kimgani. 3 seconds called on Kimgani there. Substitution being called by the South Africans. Mankele will depart. So will Mendisa Mkongo as well as Moeng, and onto the court comes Mbata Gilifile and Dudugwaza. No, correction, Hagu, not Gilifile. Moweng to Gwaza. Long pass towards Hagu, and Hagu is fortunate that an unsportsmanlike foul is called against Kimgani. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Substitution South Africa. Ngoni will go off and Congo will enter the action. Unorthodox shooting style there, but effective for the South Africans. Angweza Hagu. Second one unsuccessful, but South Africa will put the ball in from the half court. Moweng or inbound for South Africa. Finds Dudugwaza. Algeria keeping the South Africans out of the paint, and Gwaza will put up the long range shot. Hits the ring, but doesn't drop for the South Africans. Abdullahi to Kara Zahiri. Attacks Hagu. Hagu doing well to stop Zahiri, and Zahiri forced into the travel call, and better work on that occasion from the defense of the South African team. Mbata finds Dudugwaza. Gwaza looking to get the ball over, showing too much of it to Zahiri, and Algeria through Abdullahi to Bozidi. Bozidi doesn't convert, but the ball knocked out of bounds by Kelabukhile Moweng. So Algeria, with just over 6 minutes to play in the third quarter, will inbound the ball. Zahiri unable to reach it. Abdullahi though sets up the play again, and Zahiri in possession, thinks about the three-point attempt and drains it. Great shot there from Kaya Zahiri. So Algeria 47, South Africa 10. Mbata, Hagu, Moweng, Ngweza Hagu struggling to get back up into a chair, helped there by Kimgani and Samati from the Algerian side. Long-ranged attempt from Gwaza. Ball deflected on that out by Moweng. So 5.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Algeria 47, South Africa 10. Zahiri unable to convert. Hagu finds Moweng. Moweng will need to try and set something up here for South Africa. Good work by Mandisa Mkongo, and the foul is called against the Algerians. Number 11 for Algeria is Samati. one-armed three-point attempt there from Moeng, unnecessary there by the South African number 10. Abdullali looking for the runner, and Zahiri just unable to pick up the bounce. Kangani spins round, no look back pass, and a big smile on her face, hoping that she had pulled off the play of the day, but unfortunately for her, the ball went straight out of bounds. Moeng to Mbata. Mbata and Moeng trying to break the press, and they eventually get the ball over, but referee has blown the South Africans for the 8-second violation. Zahiri for Algeria. Finds Kangani. Probably would have been better off finishing the play herself, but did a no-look pass. And luckily for the Algerians, she picks it up, tries for the three-point attempt. Rebound picked up by Ongeza Hagu, and she looks to get South Africa on the attack, but stopped by Abdullali, and now Kangani launches the ball towards Kaira Zahiri, but once again the bounce beating the tall Algeria number 13. Kelebohile Moeng, Dudu Gwaza, Ongeza Hagu. Foul is called on Kelebohile Moeng, so that will take Samia Abdullali to the line. Just under 3.5 minutes to play. First attempt successful. Rebound there converted by the Algerians, so Algeria now holding a 40-point lead. South Africa in danger of seeing their opportunity of playing in Saturday's final slipping away at this stage. They will certainly need to come up with some form of a run for the rest of this game. Kangani unable to convert that first attempt. Decides to go with the one-handed attempt. Sorry, Zahiri, of course, for Algeria. Moeng to Mbata. Very static. Algerian defense solid. South Africa not able to find a way through. Hagu though manages to get into the key. She puts up the shot, doesn't drop, and Moeng will tidy up, and South Africa now 12, Algeria 50. Kimgani plays it across to Buzidi. She misses on that occasion. Hagu finds Dudugwaza. Dudugwaza looking for Moeng. Closely watched by Kimgani. She lays it back to Dudugwaza. Moeng. Shot clock at 5. She needs to get a shot in there. Hagu. Closely watched by 3 Algerians, and she's unable to make it count, and the 24-second shot clock violation called against the South Africans. Substitution. Algeria going off the court is Fatima Buzidi, and she's replaced by number 11, Dabia Semati. For South Africa, Hagu goes off, and entering the action is Asive Gelefile. Technical foul called on Jamila Kimgani for entering the court in the wrong position. South Africa with a free throw attempt after that technical foul against Kimgani. Moeng not able to take advantage of that opportunity. Referees Natasha Anono from South Africa and Karim Boudra from Algeria just confirming. Timeout about to be called for the Algerians. Coming up after this game, we have the final pool stage match of the men's competition. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, Algeria unfortunately was disqualified from this tournament due to 6 of their players testing positive with COVID, and they are still currently in isolation here in Addis Ababa in their hotel. So the men's competition losing the champions of Africa to the opportunity for them to defend their championship. But the next encounter is a crunch match between South Africa and Egypt, and we'll bring that action to you live here on our IWBF Africa channels, as well as IWBF Facebook and YouTube channels. Kimgani goes off the court for Algeria. And she's replaced by Nabia Mahinda. Farah Zahiri to Gabia Samati. South Africa will be desperate to try and eke back some points here. Algeria, of course, taking on the home nation of Ethiopia tomorrow, and it will all come down to the points for and against between South Africa and the Ethiopians to see which one of those two nations will take on Algeria in Saturday's final, which of course we will bring to you live here from Addis Ababa. Mbata for South Africa. Abdullahi finds Farah Zahiri. Zahiri converts for Algeria, extending their lead to 40 points now. And we're going into the final minute here in the third quarter. South Africa struggling to get any points on the board, and Gilafile will look to do just that, but closely watched by Zahiri, and Zahiri does well to pick up the loose ball. Once again, Zahiri. Good work though by Sam Kilisiwe Mbata, putting Gabia Samati under a lot of pressure. But fortunately for Algeria, they still managed to maintain the possession. Abdullahi. Gwaza with Mbata on the run, but Gwaza took too long to distribute that ball on that occasion. Mbata to Gilafile. South Africans struggling with their shooting at the moment. Well, they have done so in the whole tournament, unfortunately for them. Something that the ladies will definitely need to look at when they go back home to South Africa and spend a lot of time refining the art of shooting. Substitutions for South Africa. Ndisa Mpungo and Viwe Ngoni come on, as does Linda Buseli. 3-point attempt on that occasion by Zahiri, doesn't drop, and that'll be the end of the third quarter here in Addis Ababa. Algeria holding a 40-point lead against South Africa. South Africa 12, Algeria 52, and we'll be back shortly for the final quarter. Back to the action. South Africa converting on that occasion by Kelebogile Moeng. And with me I have the IWBF Africa President, Mr. Charles Saunders, joining me here in my commentary booth. And Mr. Saunders, thank you very much for joining us. Obviously here in Addis Ababa for the first time hosting a international competition, and quite an important one. How have you found the event, and have you faced any challenges along the way?
Yes, well, greetings to everybody out there, and welcome to the World Championship Qualifiers. It's been a bit of a difficult talk on the start of the actual competition. Yeah, we challenged with many concerns, but I have to say that the Ethiopian Sports Ministry and the Ethiopian Wheelchair Basketball LOC have done everything possible to pull out the stops so we have a competition. So I have to congratulate them and turn around and say that under the circumstances, we have delivered a tournament.
And Charles, obviously from the aspect of first-time host, we saw an absolutely nail-biting game last night between the Ethiopian women's team and the South African team, with the Ethiopian coming away with the win. What does that do for the development of the sport in Africa?
Well, watching the Ethiopian women's team was quite interesting. They developed from game to game, and I have to turn around and say that the east coast of Africa are going to produce one of the strongest women's teams around. Very excited to see the strength. Very disappointed, of course, with South Africa not being able to take the game, but have to turn around and say that the Ethiopian women's coaching program is really and truly something to look forward to for the future of basketball in this continent.
And again, it goes back to the support that the Ethiopian Wheelchair Basketball Federation is obviously getting from the sports ministry. In terms of the rest of the continent, obviously we have another new nation participating in the men's section, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Exciting times ahead for wheelchair basketball in this particular zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to turn around and say that it's the team that the IWBF Africa executive has around it, which has been able to make this possible. We are now sitting at around about 27 countries, with another 15 or so that are waiting let's say in the doldrum to become members of the African continent. So exciting times ahead, and you know what, when the door opens, what an absolute pleasure. We have seen countries that have never been involved in wheelchair basketball before entering into the fore, and look at the game between Ethiopia and DRC. What a nail biter all the way down to the end. So yes, most definitely good for the development of Africa at the moment.
And of course, Ethiopia will be hosting the under-25 Women's African World Championship Qualifiers. So it's fantastic to see the legacy that will be left behind here after this particular tournament. And of course, the LOC learning a lot on how to run a tournament. They started off slowly, but they've admitted that they've learnt a lot, and hopefully we'll have an excellent under-25 women's tournament later this year.
Looking absolutely forward to it, because in the last 3 qualifiers for 25s, we were only able to produce one country to go through to Worlds. And this is very exciting, because already the development programs amongst women's basketball in Africa is growing. And of course, just watching the champions here, the champions that represented Africa at the Paralympics earlier this year, are teaching South Africa a lesson. And it's good to see this quality of ball coming out of the women's basketball, so I'm really chuffed about it. I'm hoping that the under-25s is going to have a lot more women teams that are going to be in contention, and it'll be really good to see the likes of Ethiopia with an under-25 women's team back at this competition.
Charles, thank you very much for joining us. And I think a big shout out needs to go to all the members of the IWBF Africa working team. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that never get the recognition, and they definitely put up their hands and have been assisting the local table officials, classifiers, referees, etc.
Yeah, Jerry, look, the whole purpose of our tenure for 2024 vision, of course, is development. Okay, yes, we would love to leave the legacy behind when we leave office, is to ensure that there is a network of wheelchair basketball that is running successfully. Right now, the biggest challenges that we have, of course, is travel and getting around from one area to the next area. The second challenge is to ensure that our coaches are all on the same level, and of course this is starting at the moment with the development programs on a level 1, 2 and 3 aspect within Africa coaching. Our technical program is actually growing. It's good to see that we've had 4 new referees, young referees for the under 35 category that's come on board and have produced. So we will be announcing the number of referees that have been as candidates that have passed their license for zonal candidacy, and of course the classification panel, which is exciting to see growing right around Africa as well. So I'm feeling very comfortable that even though COVID was a restriction from 2020 to 21, we were able to get through majority of the projects that we put on the table. If I had to do a scorecard, we are 75% there. And at the end of the day, it can only be done with a trusted few, and that is the executive right now. I'm very, very proud of everybody that's put up their hand, come on to the actual committee, and really and truly produced the goods at the end of the day. The other project that we're looking at, and which we really need to do taking forward, of course, is administration and teaching administration roles within the actual structures. I feel that what we've done with the table officials and just working with the LOC on how to deliver a tournament, I think we've achieved more than what we actually put our hearts to do. So yeah, absolutely wonderful, and a big shout out to everybody that's been involved in making this possible.
And Charles, in terms of competition, you've mentioned there, any plans in place for growing competition? I know a lot of the countries are saying they need more competition. Has there been any steps to rectify that?
Yeah, we're not limited to, but we kind of conform to the fact that we hold World Champion qualifiers and Paralympic qualifiers when the Paralympics are around the corner or when the World Championships are around the corner in the categories of under 23, under 25, senior men and women. I'm hoping that 2022 will be the year that we start launching all of the programs that we need to launch, such as the 3 and 3 program. Okay, looking at putting forward a continental club championships. These are projects that are on the fore right now, and again, with the executive that are putting through the concept document, I believe that we'll be able to achieve everything that we put down within the next 12 to 15 months. I know it's a great project, it's a huge project to take on, especially once again on how are we going to construct it with the 52 countries in Africa. All right, travel content, the difference between a 10-hour flight between South Africa and Egypt, and likewise across the continent, 5 hours. We need to take all that into consideration and create a model that at the end of the day is going to be successful for all and allowing everybody in line. The next project, of course, is to get into countries that we need to be at the level of competence. And the only way we're going to be able to do this, the only way, is to ensure that we have a buy-in from all of the African countries out there, those that are not members and those that are members, and make sure that within the next 12 months that we're at a particular level where we can host all of these competitions comfortably.
Thank you very much, Charles, and once again a big shout out to the IWBF committee and all the staff doing a great job. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you very much.
Flaksam. All right. Abdullali for Algeria. Finds Zahiri. Doesn't convert on that occasion, and reaching in on Maweng, called for the foul. So total domination here by the African champions against the South African Amawila girls. Just under 3 minutes to play here, and Algeria making a change. Coming onto the court, we have Fatima Bouzidi as well as Nurain Bublal, and Kara Zahiri leaves the action. Was a long pass to Hagu. Hagu did well to pick that up, but her pass is a little bit wayward there, but good work by Aviwe Ngoni. Mendisa Mkongo now. Ngoni will think about the shot. She does, puts it up, but short on that occasion. Coming up after this encounter, we have the match between South Africa and Egypt in the men's section. That's the final of the pool stage matches for the men. And both Egypt and South Africa unbeaten. So it promises to be a very tense and close encounter. Nebia Mahimda unable to convert. And a loose pass here once again by the South Africans, allowing Nurain Bublal to get the shot up. Eventually picks up his third rebound, and on the fourth occasion she takes the Algerians to 70 points. Nolita Capito for South Africa. Ongeza Hagu. Maweng. Capito picks up the rebound and moves South Africa up to 18 points. Mahimda for Algeria. Long pass to Bublal. Bublal will be blown for the 3-second violation. Unable to pick up that loose ball, and Algeria with just under 1 minute 10 to play will inbound the ball through Mahimda to Abdullali. Samir Abdullali. Puts up the shot. Rebound picked up by Mkungo. Lays it off to Maweng. To Hagu. Hagu finds Maweng, and Maweng will look to bring South Africa up to the 20-point mark. And the ball bobbles out. Jump ball called, and the alternating possession arrow points in the favor of South Africa. "43 seconds left in this women's pool stage match here at the 2022 IWBF Africa World Championship Qualifiers, coming to you live from Addis Ababa at the Arash Hilu Gymnasium. Foul called there on Nolita Kabido. Mahimda for Algeria. Final 30 seconds of this match. Finds Bublal. Bublal puts up a one-handed shot. And rebound there picked up by Abdulali. And the smallest player on court is correction. It was fouls called there on Kabido, the number 11 for South Africa. So 22 seconds left here in this game. Kabido funds Hagu, Ngoni. Ngoni finds Hagu, and Hagu unable to convert. Final 4 seconds of this game. Abdulali looking to get Bublal in for the three-pointer, but that will be the end of the game. Algeria with a very convincing victory over hapless Amawila girls. And the final score here from Addis Ababa in the women's pool stages of the 2022 IWBF Africa World Championship qualifiers. Algeria 70, South Africa 18. We'll be back in a short while with the men's pool match between South Africa and Egypt. Be back soon.